What's going on, guys? Welcome back to our Let's Play here on the Amplify console. Oh, straight into all. Here on the Amplify console edition. Now, today I was actually planning on making a start on our main sort of brewing system that I actually want to implement. The only thing is that I was sort of jumping the gun a bit because there's a lot of resources that it's getting to night time already. There's a lot of resources that we need to start having on sort of auto harvest before we start building the massive sort of brewing thing that I want. Because what I actually want to do with the brewing station is, rather than me picking which potions to brew, I actually want potions permanently on hand for as and when I want them. So it will be an automatic system that will always brew up as many as it can fit into probably a double chest of each type of potion that I want, which is going to be a lot of resources. So I've actually been, well, let's not die there. I've been gathering nether warts using our nether wart farm just in preparation of it. And there's a few farms that I've now come to realise that I'm going to need. So we've got our little bunny breeder sort of up and running. And we've got 3 rabbit's feet already. What I thought was a rare drop doesn't seem to be so rare anymore. Kill them ones. Oh, we got no rabbit's feet from them too, but yeah, we've got like 4 or 5 bunnies up there that we breed in. It was not fun and games trying to get them up onto the roof and in that hole. But yeah, they're in place now. I also went ahead and built another house. Now, I went for a different sort of little design. I went for framing it with the spruce wood, sort of tying with our fortress build, with the cyan and white colours as well. So we've got little indents of our cyan on the side. And then come in here. I don't really like this wall that much, but it's sort of the in part of the cyan on the other side. So I didn't really know what to do with it. Got some lighting in here. We've got a door, some flower pots, another door over here. So we're sticking to our sort of theme where the buildings sort of come off one another. And it's just another little addition. Soon enough, after doing these in between episodes, that our sort of town will fill up and it will start looking a little bit busy. But I went for the framing of the spruce wood purely because building them completely out of sandstone, when you're looking at them from afar, if we get like a decent viewpoint, I've not actually looked at it from afar to be honest with you, the new one. We get a viewpoint from up here. Yeah, the one with the spruce wood, you can actually tell stands out a lot more. The ones just made out of the sandstone sort of blend in a little bit too much. So what I may do is the one that's coming off of the fortress is I may frame that with the spruce wood instead of the smooth sandstone. I'll leave that one as is. And yeah, I'm sort of just doing a little bit of a slightly different build style for each house that I build around here. But yeah, I'm jumping from one thing to another here. I was talking about our main project I want to get started on. But before we get started on that, there's a few resources that we need to get sort of up and running. Now, one of them is mushrooms for making the fermented spider eyes. The rabbit's feet, we're going to start having to gather a lot of them for the potions to jump in. We also need to get a witch farm up and running at some point for the redstone, glowstone, and that will also supply us with spider's eyes and I do believe, what other resources it? Oh yeah, the glass bottles to save us having to craft them, so which one will definitely be handy before building it. But the other resource is ghast tears, which is going to be difficult because our nether mob farm at the moment does not produce them. So we're actually going to be working in the nether today, which is how comes I've got a night vision potion on me. Just so that you can see what's going on when we go in there. Yeah, I've been cooking up like loads and loads of the netherrack into nether brick just to sort of condense it down, but I've sort of like run out of room of what to do with the nether brick itself. So I may just turn that, I don't know whether to just keep it in brick form or turn it into nether brick or red nether brick, but I'm just going to leave it for now. And our pumpkin's doing well. How are our melons doing? That's gathering quite nicely actually. There they all go kicking off. Now, I must have spent the better part of around about 8 or 9 hours on the wrong way. And we want to be going to our nether mob farm. About a second to change. Drink a night vision potion so you can see what's going on. Yeah, I must have spent the better part of about 8 or 9 hours trying to design a farm for killing the ghasts, and you would not believe, like, sort of, I tried my best having to not to use a flying machine to push the ghasts. Now, the only other option was building a very sort of barbaric farm, and this is the dead spot for killing the wither bosses. So our 3x3 of bedrock, which is how comes this dead rail there. Yeah, I tried my best on trying to design or create a farm that didn't require me to have to use a flying machine, and no matter what I tried to do, it just was not working. Literally about 8 or 9 hours trying to create like 4 wide extending piston walls either side just to crush them. The other idea was to have a load of dispensers lined up to fire arrows. Like whenever there was ghast spawns, I could just go over, hit a button to fire arrows, but the upkeep and maintenance of it would have been a bit of an issue. What have we got over here? We've actually got quite a lot of magma blocks if we need it. I cleared this area out. We've got 3 ghast tiers there. Cleared this area out of all of our nether quartz, and yeah, that was a mistake because I died with it on us. Wow, it's like the red fog when you've got the night vision potion on. It's just insane. Now we don't want to land in the lava, please. Just hit this and go straight down. Thank you. And it's very loud over here. So I don't want to hit the minecart because I want to take that back up. Thank you. Now, what we need to do first of all is build a 10 wide platform, and I'm trying to decide what way I want it to go off on. I think I might have it going off this way. Because if we have it going off this way, we could then feed the collection of it into these hoppers. So then it's all feeding into here. As you can see with these ones, I think I cleared it all out the other day when I was here. And yeah, we've been collecting like the rotten flesh that I've moved all and traded all. What else have we got over here? So other building resources that we've left here. That's all the gold that I've collected from here. Got our bones, got some coal. And I think we've been putting our skeleton skulls in here, so we've got 30 at the moment, which isn't too bad, I guess. That's enough for 10 wither bosses, which is like 10 more beacons. Now the other thing that I want the ghast tiers for is doing the end crystals, because I've got more than enough shulker boxes to meet my needs. I'm not planning on doing any sort of shulker box storage systems, because having to take a shulker box out of a chest to access your resources rather than just using the chests how they are is, I don't know, it's a little bit time wasteful for me. But yeah, I'm definitely thinking to take it off in this direction here. Now the center point of our farm is going to be about, it's about here. It's in between these two things here, so go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So 23, that would be, what, 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This will be our center point here. So let's break you and you. There we go. And then we can get out of here. Now I'm going to build just a little pathway made of glass just going over this way. Then I'm going to build our beginning platform, and I'll probably bring you back once I've made a bit of progress. Now I've got quite a lot of the glazed terracotta because we're using a flying machine with slime blocks. The glazed terracotta doesn't stick to the slime blocks and mobs can still spawn on them. and I do believe that the majority of this farm is made of that. Yeah, so I had absolutely tons of it left over, as well as the black stained glass. I've still got like another shulker box full of black stained glass and another shulker box full of the black glaze terracotta, because I way overestimated how much I needed for this farm. But yeah, I'm going to get the little sort of corridor and the main platform built, and then I'll probably bring you back for the little bits of redstone bits and pieces. So, see you back in a sec. Alright then guys, I've gone ahead and I've built the sort of framework of our main platform. Now, I've not bothered filling it in yet because, as you can see, mobs are spawning here already. And the last thing I want is for Ghast to be spawning here while I'm trying to build. So I'm going to leave filling it out for probably the last thing. Now, I've got to try to remember how to build these docking stations where the actual flying machine sort of stops at. Now, we actually want the flying machine on this level here, so if we say bring that up just to there, then, oh, my inventory's full. You know what, let's make one bit of room, we could get rid of the glass bowl. Bye. So, I'm going to start off with a redstone lamp just there, and then we want some immovable blocks, and in this case we're using our furnaces. So let's say 1, 2 furnaces just there. Is it just there? I think it's meant to come out just one further. Say just like that. Trying to remember exactly how this goes. So that goes back, that goes like that. And then from over this side here, we actually want to build out our platform underneath, just so we've got somewhere to work. Bring you over by one. Zombie pigman falling into the lava. Okay, we want an observer facing. So we've got 1, 2 redstone lamp, 2 furnaces. We want our observer facing into that block there, and then we want our redstone to be able to run around. So, oh really? Oh come on! There's only like a 1 wide gap over there. Okay, I'm going to need to take cover for a second, because I haven't got my bow at hand. Have I got any arrows on me? Of course I haven't. I should have some arrows in here. I went to my mob farm earlier. Okay. God, there's just mobs everywhere. That's what I was trying to avoid. I didn't want Ghast spawning. Do you reckon I'm ever going to be able to get him from up there? I think he despawned. Okay, let's get back to it. And I'm worried about them spawning now. I'm going to run this around here. So, just like so. And then we want an observer facing into that block there. Then we want our repeaters. Actually, we want to bring this back by 1. Like so. And then this is like the delayed signal to send our flying machine back. Redstone, redstone, redstone. Trying to remember exactly how it all goes. So I've literally just built it in my redstone test world. And then from this point here, we want to be able to switch it on and off. So we're going to need a lever just to activate that. And when that light's on, it means that it won't be going back and forth anymore. And then that looks right. So our flying machine gets docked in there. Will you get out of my way, Pigman? I've got a picture on my phone of the thing that I've built, but it's not great detail, so trying to see it from an aerial point and rebuild it is a little bit more difficult than I thought it was going to be. So at this end, say we want it to be around about here. We want our observer facing into that block. I can't see. Pigman, get out of the way. Okay. So our lights on that side, our lights got to be on the other side. So we don't want our observer facing that. We want our observer actually facing that one. And observers, thank you. So you, and then we want our immovable block, which is going to be our furnace, which will be into there. And then next to you, we want our redstone lamp, just there. We can break you, I do believe. And then with this circuit, we want to run you up here. And then we want a one wide hole to run around into this redstone lamp for our return signal. Once I've got the flying machine actually built and in, doing the rest is relatively easier. So do that, do that, do that. Get our repeaters. Do you. Oh, I do not want to fall in the lava. Have I got my ender pearls on me? I have. I should have them on my hotbar. Okay, I want to put this all on the massive delay, just so that it's got some time to go back and forth. And I think that's our 2 docking stations done. Now it's just a case of trying to build the actual flying machine, which I'm trying to get the picture back up on my phone. I'm trying to remember which way everything's facing is a little bit more difficult than I thought it was going to be. So let's nudge you out of the way. Thank you. And we want some observers, some slime blocks, and some not normal pistons, we want sticky pistons. Ouch. We have got sticky pistons. Please no ghast spawn. Please no ghast spawn. Okay, now that's all in place. We really don't want to go placing the observers until the last thing. So I'm trying to remember which way everything went. So we're going to want that sticky piston there. And then we're going to want our slime block. And then we're going to want a sticky piston coming off that slime block. Then slime block. And then we want our observers facing away. I did not want you to do that yet. Stupid thing. And there goes the slime block. Okay, so that's fine. Do that. And then we want an observer facing that one there. But we also want a sticky piston coming into here. So, observer facing you. Please be right, thank you. Okay, now hopefully that is it. Well, I did not want to do that. And that is our miniature flying machine. It should go to the end, receive a delayed signal, and then be sent back. And yeah, so that's now working. Let me switch this on to stop it from going all the way back again. I think that's like the hard bit pretty much done, as long as no ghast spawn. And then we want to bring these slime blocks over. I think it's up to about there. We'll tell if it goes off or not. Oh, had a little bit of a ghost box issue there, but yeah, so that's our pretty much pushing bar. Oh no, really? Okay, I'm just gonna run away. Oh my god. Really? Come on. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna wait for him to despawn, guys, and I'll bring you back once I filled in the floor and sort of got the glass cake. Oh my god, there's more of them spawning. Yeah, that's just awesome. But at least we know it's working for Ghast, so happy days for that. And it is still going. Now the aim is that either end I'm going to be putting cactuses to actually push the Ghast into. We have a hopper chain running down into this section over here. And yeah, once I've got it sort of up and running and it's reasonably safe to go back out there, I'll bring you back. Alright then guys, now in all honesty, the Ghast has probably blown up a lot more glass than I've actually placed. And it just got to be quite a bit of a nightmare trying to build it, to be honest with you. It's like every 2 seconds I was running back over here, Ghast would spawn. So I'd have to take the minecart back up there to make them despawn, come back down, build a little bit, go back up, and yeah, they blew up the actual flying machine about 3 or 4 times that I've had to rebuild it now. What I will do now though, if I find the right chest, is take another potion of night vision, just so that you can see what's going on over there. I just got a little bit more glass to place and then that should be it. Now obviously I'm going to have to do something about these sort of areas because zombie pigmen, I don't know how they're spawning, but I think they can actually spawn on the glass, which I didn't know was a thing. I've not actually got this thing running at the moment though. Let me just quickly fill in this glass here. Yeah, so what happens is the flying machine will push this block of slime blocks, this line of slime blocks across, and it'll push them into either end of the cactuses, what I'm hoping for. And then the drops will be collected by the hopper chain, which then runs across the side, down the edge there. I've half slabbed over all of that to stop spawns. And then they run into the very far end of our chest collection, just back there. I really don't know how this guy has spawned here. He's gonna have to go. Yeah, fun and games building it, but oh wow, he actually dropped a gold ingot for us. We take it off, let it go running for a little bit. Hopefully we'll get some drops while we're here. But I think we have to be like so far away for stuff to actually spawn in there. Can we get an angle to see if anything does spawn? We come over here. What I'm hoping for is for Ghast, well there's a zombie pigman, is for Ghast and the magma cubes. The thing I am worried about is the, I can see a zombie pigman there, but I can't see him being pushed. Oh, there he goes, yeah. So let's keep an eye on, it should be this chest over here if we get any drops. But hopefully something should come in soon enough. But yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, is the magma cubes and the ghast tears from this sort of nether mob farm extension that we've built. That's the only thing that I really need. It should be feeding through here. If we do get anything, that is. The thing I am worried about with it is the smaller mobs getting stuck in the little gap that the slime block flying machine thing has to come down. But yeah, it is 30 long, so it's big enough to get some decent spawns on. Obviously, we've still got this farm running. Now, I am more than likely going to figure out a way of inverting these redstone torches that do the crushing to actually stay on to prevent spawns, which is what I'm thinking of doing, which will keep the slime blocks coming out. So if we go over into our AFK corner, which is just over here, we are still getting all of these guys spawning. I don't think fire aspect orbs work on these guys. I don't know, they do just stay there. Got that right there. Why are these guys not getting crushed? Yeah, for some reason these guys aren't getting crushed. I must have broken something down below. And go quickly have a look, investigate that. It's activating and deactivating fine. No idea if that thing at the back there is producing anything yet. Well, it's killed a zombie pigman, we know that much. So it's doing something, just not getting the drops that I want from it. That zombie pigman over there is really starting to bug me. Oh no, he was just one being killed by the cactus, that's fine. Now obviously we're going to get some loss by stuff being killed on the cactus by the cactus destroying the drops. But it's the same method that you would use for the slime farms. That you have them washing down into cactus, that you expect like the percentage of the drops to be crushed. Or not crushed, but destroyed. I really need to eat some food. I've got to figure out why this thing now isn't crushing them. As it should be doing. Up over here. See if we can get round the back of it. Oh no, you can see all the zombie pigmen there that have spawned. They're all being pushed along. So quite another decent little gold farm by the looks of it. And look, we've actually got our first ghast that I've now seen. So fingers crossed it works. Come on. The thing's now coming back. It's pushed it into the cactus. But it's being pushed back. It may take a couple of trips of the actual flying machine to push it either end. Either that or it's just going to push it back and forth in the middle. Oh no, it's been pushing and there it died. Hopefully we've got a ghast here from that. Now, we need to figure out why the other end of this isn't crushing them. Yeah, for some reason that end isn't crushing them. Best way to get up there. End the pearl. Why is this red? Oh, for some reason. Oh, the ghasts. Stupid ghasts. Did the ghast actually take out one of my pistons as well? I think it might have. I've got sticky pistons on me. Silk touch bit. Yep. Ow, 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 ow. Okay, so break this. Let's put our sticky piston. I'll wait for that to turn off first. Oh look, we've got a magma cube in there now, which is what I want. Oh, quickly, quickly, quickly. That was close. And then it should pull that block back. Ghast destroying everything. He took out a massive chunk of this glass as well. So do that. Half slab. I don't think anything can spawn on redstone lines. But now that's all crushing. Got a lava up top there. This farm's running. I need to do something about this little corridor thing. One of our cactuses have just randomly broken for some strange reason. Wonder what's done that. We do that. And then get some glass. Do that. Not too sure why that is. Hopefully that doesn't happen too often. Obviously a few little bugs to still work out with this contraption, but I think so far it's working out alright. Our night vision potion's worn off, but hopefully the lava's giving off enough light. Okay, so we're getting magma cubes die. It's fine. I'm just more worried about the amount of them building up, and if they get knocked into the lava, obviously the magma cubes and the baby zombie pigmen won't die. They'll just sort of stay there. Yeah, look, the other cactus over here as well is busted, but I don't think that's too much of an issue as long as it doesn't break all the way. That is really, really weird. I'm going to have to keep an eye on it for a little bit and see how it holds up, but I'm going to run for an hour or so and probably AFK, and we'll see what sort of drops we get from it, because I've done, to be honest with you, very, very little testing on this whole build. Get rid of all this glass. I'm not worried about losing it or still touching it, because we've got tons of it still left. But yeah, I'll bring you back in a bit and hopefully we've got some drops. Let's just see if that Ghast did actually drop anything for us. No, it did not, but we have got a couple of magma creams and our cactus back. Thank you, I guess. So yeah, I'll bring you back in a bit and we'll see what sort of drops we've got. Okay, so I've done a couple of AFK sessions, and let me just quickly get... I think I've got a couple more night vision potions just to make sure that you lot can see. And I think I actually made everything darker in here because of the lava, but yeah, sure, whatever. Now, the first AFK session I done, I was actually... I can show you where I was. I was just up here in the centre of this farm, and then after about an hour AFKing, I completely forgot that this farm itself is a semi-auto farm. So after about 15-20 minutes, the entire mob cap was filled up with endermen and wither skeletons and baby zombie pigmen, because they don't get automatically killed off in this area, which is a little bit unfortunate. But then after that AFK session, I then left it for quite a while, and I created a new AFK spot, which I can show you, ouch, is just up here. Now, the reason that I've done an AFK spot up here is because it's over 32 blocks away from where everything else drops in my original nether farm. So if you leave them down there for long enough, that they can actually naturally despawn, and then stuff can start spawning in our new little nether mob farm extension. I haven't actually put that farm on at the moment yet though, so ouch, ouch, ouch. Let's quickly go switch that on. I have to switch it off before I exit my world and switch it back on if I'm doing AFKing, and that is purely because the fly machines tend to sort of break if you try to switch it off. Well, if you sort of unload and then reload the world while it's running, then it sort of busts it. But as you can see, we're getting loads of zombie pigmen in there as well. I can show you the drops that we've actually got from it as well, which isn't too bad. So far we've got just over 2 stacks of ghast tears, which I think is going to be more than enough than what we actually need it for. Because you got to think about it, each brewing does 3 potions. Double chest can hold, what, that's 9 times 6. My 9 times is just terrible. 9 times 6 I think is like 54. And then 54 divided by 3, so it's like less than, what is it, like 10 ghast tears to fill a double chest full of the potions that require it. So I think we've got more than enough that we need, and as you can see, another ghast has spawned there. But the drop rate of them, obviously you're not going to get nearly as much as if you was using a looting sword. Let's just see if we've got a tier from that one coming. Come on. Sometimes it takes a while. Now, if you're wondering why I've got sand and cactus in my inventory, I can explain that to you in... Oh, that's zombie pigman drops. Another zombie pigman drop. Unfortunately, doesn't look like we've got a ghast here from that one. I've not seen any come in. Well, never mind, we've still got another couple of stacks of them. And while I was AFK in here, obviously this farm's still running. Now, I did do the semi-auto bit of it, so I've got a bunch of ender pearls, I've got a wither skull there, I've got another 6 wither skulls up there, a bunch of coal, and we've got just insane amount of the golden nuggets. So, yeah, gold isn't going to be too much of an issue anymore, because we've got, like, this single shulker box full of gold as well. So our zombie pigman farm's working out to be a treat. The thing that I think you saw in the last clip I made, because it's actually a day or so after I finished recording that bit, because I decided to do like a very long AFK session to build up the ghast tears, and then when I came back down, there was 3 lots of the cactus completely gone. As you can see, we've got a wither skeleton right at the back there, so we do get them spawning in there as well. I had 3 stacks of the cactus completely missing, and for the life of me, I couldn't figure out what was going on until I actually saw it. And what it is the Enderman, if they spawn in there, if they get pushed towards a cactus and they don't get hit by the cactus, I had no idea about this, but they can actually pick up cactus blocks. And then after picking up the cactus blocks, if they manage to grab all of the cactus from one stack, then they could actually pick up the sand blocks as well, which is really annoying because you can only have like that one there already, as you can see. I thought it was a glitch where like the sticky slime block sort of flying machine was knocking them out by coming one too far, like glitching out. But yeah, it's actually the Enderman that can pick up the blocks, and then when they die, they sometimes drop the blocks again, which then go back into the system. Which means this farm does require just a little bit of maintenance. Let me just stack up here. There's an Enderman down there, and as you can see right there, he's also got one of our cactus blocks in his hand. They're such little thieves. I hate the fact that they can spawn here now, because it means that I may have to come up with a new way of killing the mobs as they get to each end. But cactus just seemed like the much more logical and simpler choice. And I had no idea that Enderman could actually pick up cactus blocks. I think that's it. I think if they should pick them up, then they should actually get damaged by them. But if they get damaged by them, they just try to teleport somewhere. There he comes. Stupid little thief. He'll die. Come on. Oh my god, how much health do they have? I know the cactus does like half a heart of damage each tick, and then he dropped the cactus block, which will then go back into our system for us to then have to re-pick up and replace when they start taking enough on, as you can see there. Yeah, so it's a little bit of a flaw in an otherwise decent farm design. Like, I've seen other people, I think on the Hermitcraft server, their main wither skeleton farm built within the fortress has the sort of same design where the fly machines, they knock them into cactus for the... Oh, got a wither skeleton there. Can we, oh, there you go. Seriously? Ah, there's glass there, that's probably why. Let me go around and kill this guy. Yeah, their main farm has the flying machine design. So, and then it gets pushed into cactuses to kill off the larger mobs like the big magma cubes, and then it drops down wither skeletons. So it's definitely not my... Oh, wicked, another skull from it, guy. If you're wondering why I'm using my axe to kill the enderman, it's because I've got flame. Yeah, fire aspect 2 on the sword, and when you hit them with the sword, they tend to just teleport away, which is no good, but you get rid of the skeletons quite easily. I've got 32 levels from doing this for the last day or so. It's probably the longest time I've spent over at this mob farm as well, especially AFKing. But yeah, a nice new addition. We've got one of the more difficult to get ingredients, and there goes our night vision potion. One of our more difficult ingredients to get for our future massive sort of brewing system that I'm going to be making fairly soon. There's a couple more farms that I need to get done and dusted, which we'll probably take on in the next couple of episodes. But for today, I think that's going to do it. And hopefully you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have and it's your first time channel, please consider subscribing for future Minecraft content. And I'll hopefully see you all in the next one. Bye bye.